All right, so I've had a couple people ask me how I do my collages when I do some of my workout stuff. So I use a few different apps. I have Snapseed, which I use for basic editing. The one that I use most of the time is PicsArt. It does take a little bit of time to open. This is the main screen. Now I run Android, so it may look a little bit different on an iPhone. But this is the basic for the Android. This is basic layout screen. It also can be used as a similar to a photo social media for sharing photos as well. Everything that you're going to see in the collage as far as editing and that kind of thing can be found all in these different areas as far as the effects, edit, camera, and draw. The only thing that's different is the shop. Shop literally is where you can go to shop for different text, different borders, different themes, different things like that. 9 times out of 10 when I use this app, I am using the collage feature. So when you touch on collage, it brings up this screen. You have the background option that allows you to choose your background, which you can either choose one of these patterns or choose a plain color. Not FX. Sorry guys, hang on just a second here. Or you have a frame, which literally takes you to all the different frames that you can use. Or the one that I use most of the time is grid. Most of social media that I use accepts 1-to-1 ratio the best, especially Instagram. Now there are other apps that you can use. There's a no crop out there that will make it so that all your photos are Instagram ready. But I find it easier if you just start out with a 1-to-1 ratio, then you don't have to do any extra steps. So when you click on 1-to-1, it brings you to all of these different layouts. Now, depending on how many photos you want to add, let's say you just want to do 3 or 4, you have several different options up here. The one that I used a lot when I was doing Pio was the one here with the great big one in the center that had multiple photos surrounding. But just for basics here, I'll show you just this one, the large one with the ones on the side. So you choose your layout. When you want to add a photo, you click in any one of the boxes where it has the photo with the little plus sign. Click in any one of the boxes. Now it brings up this, and you choose any image that you'd like. You can choose from the gallery. You can choose to capture your own image, so you can take a photo. You can choose from Picasa, from Facebook, from Google, from Dropbox, from Flickr, from Instagram, from multiple different places. I usually have my photos in there, so I'm going to just choose from the gallery. I'm going to go with my downloaded photos just because I have a ton of them. All right, I had to create a dream board for one of my projects. So I'm going to use just a few photos from that, and it's a travel everywhere that I wanted to go. So I wanted to go to Alaska, the Grand Canyon, Germany, Ireland, and there's my 4 photos. So we're going to click done. Now they don't all fit in there great. If you want to say, oh, I don't really like where this picture is at, where Alaska is at, I'm going to, let's say I want this picture down here in the right-hand corner to be there. So I'm going to click on it and hold. See how it selects it? And you can click and drag it up there. It will move. Now you also have the option down here, there's like a little settings wheel. If you click on that and drag it up, on the corner radius, where it says corner radius, all the way to the right-hand side of that, there is a box with a little eye. If you select that, see the little dots light up there? Let me turn that off, turn it back on. This allows you to resize those boxes to any size that you would like. Now, let's say, okay, yep, I like those the way they are. Turn it off. It won't adjust any further. It'll leave them like they are. Now you also have the option to change your corner radius on the photos if you want them rounded. You can change your border, so if you want a little more border. I am not a huge fan of the border. I think the corner radius is kind of cool if you're going for that effect. You can also change your background with this. Right now it just has a plain white background. However, you also have the option to do all of these colors. That one's actually kind of cool. We'll do that backgrounds. And when you're done with that and you've got it the way you want it, drop it down. Now let's say that we want to, I don't like where this photo is. I know that if you select it, I know that it's not centered properly. You just click it and you can drag it and read it. Let's say that I want to change the effect on that photo. So I select the picture. You can see how when there's a blue ring around it, and when I deselect it, even the top bar goes away and the blue goes away. Along the top bar, you have a magic wand, your crop tool, your rotate tool, your mirror tool, and your trash tool. Your magic wand is all of your effects. This will bring up every single one of your photo effects. You have some prior set effects, which you can scroll through all those: FX, blur, artistic, pop art, paper, distort. Or if you're only interested in changing contrast, color, saturation, that kind of thing, you want to choose colors. That allows you to, if you scroll over, you can change it to black and white if you'd like. Or you can mess with the brightness or the contrast. If you like the settings, each step in between that you make a change to the photo, and if you want to make more changes, up along the top bar, there is a word that says apply. In between each step, before you move on to another step, make sure that you hit apply. Otherwise, it will reset it to the beginning of the photo. If you've got it set exactly how you want it, all the way to the right side on the top is a check mark. That will close that photo out so you can begin editing another one. Okay, so you go through the editing process on all of these. And let's say that, okay, I've got that exactly how I want it. I've got the pictures how I want it. I'm going to hit the check mark on the bottom right. Now you also have, before I do that, you also have the option to shuffle the photos if you want, which means it will randomly put them wherever it wants to put them. You also can add a frame if you'd like. You also can change the grid. Let's say, oh shoot, I forgot a picture. You can click on the grid. It will take you back to the grid step, and you can choose a different grid. But if you like it the way you have it, check mark it is. It's going to take a moment to save it. And you're back to the basic editing screen. This is going to be your basic editing screen when you load any photo. And you can see down at the bottom, you've got your tools that brings up your crop, free crop, cloning, your resizing, anything like that. You've got your effects, which is what you saw when you had the individual image loaded. You can add a photo on top of this if you'd like. You've got borders, masks, draw, text. You can add clip art. You can add stickers, shape masks, lens flare. You can add a frame to the outside of this. It's got all different things that you can do. This is actually a really user-friendly app. I've been using this app for probably about 6 years now. I've gone through several different apps. This has been probably my go-to app for that long. It's been a very, very user-friendly, very comfortable app to use. The app itself is, I believe, free. It was free when I got it. I am not sure if that has changed or not. But the app itself, I believe, is free. There are in-app purchases. The texts the frames, that sort of thing. But when you get everything all set up and you like the way it looks, if you've added text to it and you like the way it looks, up along the right hand bar you see the X. That will close it out. Does not necessarily mean that it won't save your work. It does save your work in the cache, but it does not save it to your gallery. Along the right hand side, on the other side, you have an arrow pointing down into a box. That is your save button. So you click on that, you have a save as. Feel free to change the name. I don't bother because mine throws it into a PicsArt folder. It throws all of the images that I edit using this app. It throws it into a separate folder that for this particular app. You also have the option to set a folder if you'd like. You also have an option to change it to a PNG. Most apps like JPEG. I'm comfortable using JPEG, so I leave it in a JPEG. And click OK. And it says it's been saved. You also have your share key at the top here, which lets you it lets you save it, set it as your wallpaper. You can share it to PicsArt. You can share it to Facebook, Messenger, Instagram, email, Twitter, Pinterest, and then you have your more key. Now your more key will let you, if you have another instant messenger that you use, it'll let you use your email. It'll let you use Tumblr or whatever other app you may have loaded on your phone. But that's the basic on using PicsArt. It's a very user friendly. It's one of my go-tos. Check it out. I think you might like it. Have a good day.